therefore. The Americans are being disingenuous in this regard. They are fully aware of what is happening. And having framework agreements with Putin, they are now playing both sides. The Russians on one side, and they on their side, are playing the question of coercing us to, let's say, those conditions that, in general, were stipulated by them. And everything we will see in the coming weeks will be about how to find, let's say, a format that allows Zelensky to save face. And by night, to find a scenario that would allow him to leave without, let's say, consequences. Because I think that Dima Alexandrovich will, of course, resist, and he is resisting, as we can see. But against, so to speak, numerical superiority, you can't fight. And the blackmail that Trump is currently engaging in, now uncovered, it shows that they intend to put pressure on hard this situation to the end. And since Zelensky been kind of an obstacle in the unfolding of this scenario, then accordingly, conditions will be created where he will be forced to leave. Now, how will he be forced to leave? Because we understand that the most proper way is the legitimate one, in such a way that there are no forceful excesses, which in transit might end with what we discussed in the series. And for Putin, it's like when Zelensky voluntarily leaves, saying that he is resigning, understanding that he does not want to sign this deal because otherwise he would have to sign it. And then the scenario is launched of transition during the transit scenario, because he's the one who will be acting in the parliament. He will enter into negotiation processes, most likely signing from the Ukrainian side as the acting official. And as a result of the elections, which will then be held both presidential and parliamentary, this deal will need to be formalized by the new government, and accordingly with the legitimacy that the new government will have. So far, everything is shaping up exactly like this.
Or it will not be formalized if we have a stage of internal destabilization.
Yes, because for the Russians are generally playing this situation wisely in the game, because they understand that for 6 months there will be a specific mess here. They can, in the process, let's say, continue to calmly build up the group stationed at the borders, because right now they are losing 30,000 to 50,000 each month, plus the wounded. Accordingly, they will no longer have such losses. They will simply be able to accumulate them further as a tool to maintain a tool of coercion, a tool of threat. And the Americans will say that they are washing their hands of it, if anything, meaning they will also be pushing this situation from their side. And additionally, the key point, I think, will be essentially what concessions they might be willing to make. We talked before the broadcast about how to sell air in this situation, so that they say, look, we are so good, we are ready to compromise. Ruby is already emphasizing that they are ready to compromise, and they will compromise